Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'll share 5 things you can say to make a woman truly fall for you. Many men often ask what they can say to make a woman fall in love with them. Well, I must warn you, some of these tips might seem strange or counterintuitive, but there's a very specific psychology behind each one that I'll explain shortly. Interested? Then make sure you watch this video until the end. As you already know, the free content I bring to this channel is better than what many so-called gurus sell online. The only thing I ask in return is your like. It's really important. In fact, YouTube isn't showing my videos to more people because you guys aren't sharing, and some of you don't even comment or leave a like. I need your help. Not only does it motivate me to keep bringing quality content, but it also helps the algorithm recognize that this video is valuable and share it with more people who need this information. So, can I count on your like? And if you haven't been receiving my videos firsthand, it's probably because you haven't subscribed to the channel yet or haven't activated the notifications. So go ahead, do that now, and let's dive right in. Over the years, I've found that when a man has feelings for a woman, he's more likely to say things that turn her off rather than make her feel more attracted and fall for him. For instance, when a man likes a woman, he often feels the urge to shower her with compliments. I get it. I've been there. I know that feeling. But when it comes to complimenting a woman, 2 things are crucial. First, she needs to feel like she's earning the compliment. Let me explain what I mean by that. Instead of bombarding her with praise every time you see her, which not only loses its impact, but can also become annoying, make it seem as though you are slowly falling for her, like you're gradually noticing the special things about her. It's like she's winning you over day by day. The second part is that compliments are most effective when they highlight something unique about her personality, not just generic things like her looks or eyes. If a woman has stunning eyes, how many guys do you think have already told her that? Do you want to be grouped with those guys? Or do you want to go deeper and make her feel like you see and admire the real her, the part that others don't notice? Here's a powerful technique I teach called the golden mirror. There are a few ways to use this, but here's a simple one to get you started. Give her a compliment directly tied to one of her dreams. For example, if she wants to be a psychiatrist, you might say, "You're really easy to talk to. I can totally see you being the kind of person people would want to open up to. I almost feel like I've already told you things I don't share with anyone." It's also a good idea to end this with something playful like, "Too bad you're such a goofball," to break the tension and bring things back to a lighter, more playful level. This prevents the conversation from getting too serious. Not only does this validate something important about her, but it also sends a crucial message about you, that you're the one doing the selecting, not the other way around. What I mean is most guys are willing to take whatever they can get, but when you show a woman that you're actually assessing her and she's the one trying to impress you, she'll become hooked on trying to win you over. The more she works to impress you, the more invested she becomes in you, and the higher the chance she'll fall for you. Before we continue, let me ask you, ever thought about sending just one text that could make a woman crazy? You instantly imagine a message so powerful it takes over her mind, making her think about you nonstop, even if she's currently with someone else or sees you as just a friend. These secret phrases trigger an obsession, leaving her excited and desperate to see you. But be warned, if you don't want her falling head over heels, don't use these. Ready to have her hooked? Women are what I like to call meaning makers, meaning they're always searching for a deeper reason behind what you're saying or doing. For instance, if you show up to a date with a bouquet of roses and reservations at a fancy restaurant, the meaning she might attach is, "Wow, he's really serious about me already. Maybe he's not used to dating someone like me." This is why you need to be mindful of what meaning she might be attaching to your actions or words, even if you're unaware of it. It's also important to understand that the harder it is for a woman to decode your intentions, the more invested she becomes in trying to figure you out. I always tell my clients, if a woman figures you out too quickly, it's game over. Women don't want a sure thing or a predictable guy. They crave a mental challenge. This is why anything you do that is ambiguous and leaves her guessing will keep her thinking about you more. If you can send mixed signals, like telling her you like her and then playfully pushing her away, it keeps her guessing and mentally engaged. This mental challenge is highly addictive for her. There's also a technique I teach involving hand-holding that you can use to send mixed signals, making her feel curious, excited, and even a bit flustered. I'll explain this technique in just a minute, but first, let me say that like with anything else, if you use these techniques too often, they lose their power. They should be used sparingly and only at the right moments. It took me a long time to figure out a very specific order to make these techniques even more effective, and I'll get into that in just a second. But first, here's another tip. Use her name multiple times during your conversation while making eye contact. Even though this may seem innocent, it actually creates a sense of intimacy between you and her. If you've ever had a woman make eye contact and use your name, you likely understand what that implies. It creates a small spark, almost electric, right? It draws attention because it triggers her tendency to read into things, making her wonder, is something happening between us? This subtle technique plays into her natural inclination to search for meaning. Next up is a technique called future projection, and there are several fun ways to implement it. Here's one you might enjoy. After taking a picture with a girl, playfully say, "Wow, we'd make beautiful babies." Then quickly switch the topic. What you're doing here is anchoring a future scenario with her in her mind. And as a bonus, you've planted the idea of her imagining being intimate with you. Here's a tip involving what not to say. Stop telling her what you think she wants to hear. Many guys talk so much that they end up killing the attraction a woman feels. Or worse, they make her lose interest entirely, especially if they start revealing their feelings too early. Expressing how you feel about her right away can be a bad move because it strips away the magic, the suspense, the mystery, and the mental challenge. It pops the bubble and kills the chemistry. When you tell a woman too soon, "I like you," what she hears in her head is, "He's admitting he likes me," which gives me all the power. For some odd reason, this can actually make her less interested in you. There are many psychological reasons behind this, but the biggest dream every woman has is the day she finally confesses her feelings to a guy. When you voice your feelings first or too soon, you're stealing that special moment from her, that dream. Every woman who falls in love goes through the same exact process, and when you know this process, you can guide her through it, making her believe that falling for you was her idea all along. You've probably heard the saying, "We love to buy, but we hate being sold." That's why everything needs to be done subtly, so she feels it's her decision to chase you. If she senses that you're trying to convince her to like you, or that you're manipulating her into it, she'll subconsciously put on the brakes, pull away, and often won't even know why she's rejecting you. She'll just feel off about the whole thing. You can't force a woman to like you, and if you try, it'll come off as needy, desperate, and weak. Your job is to help her come to that conclusion on her own, and you do this by making her feel like she's winning you over and being the mental challenge she craves. There's an inherent biological difference in the way male and female brains are structured, and instead of letting this confuse you, like it does for 99% of men, you need to learn how to use this to your advantage to get women interested and falling for you. As I mentioned earlier, these techniques are powerful on their own, but when you use them in a very specific sequence, she won't be able to help falling for you, even if you're not her type, even if she's already rejected you, or even if she currently sees you as just a friend. I published a video a few days ago where I explain the exact technique and specific steps you can follow to make her chase you instead of the other way around. It's crucial to know how to transition from one stage to the next with a woman in a way that always leaves her wanting more, and that's exactly what I explain in the upcoming video. How to advance things smoothly and subtly, making her feel like she's the one winning you over. When you do this, it's much easier to turn her into your girlfriend because it feels like it was her idea.